Hello, and welcome to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Nope, humanity. Oh, the humanity. Okay, hello, and welcome to Hitchhiker's Guide to Humanity. Today, we're talking about rules and how there really are none. Whee! You heard me correctly. I think that sometimes parts of spirituality, especially the spiritual awakening, can be overglorified at times. First of all, there is no one way to do this. It is basically your journey, your way. There's lots of videos, podcasts, courses, this one included, thank you, that offer insight on this. Like, here are the 7 stages of spiritual awakening, or this is how you access the Akashic records. It's all very structured and based on certain rules and rituals. And here's the thing. These are totally legit. And I'm not ragging on those or anyone who uses those or teaches those, but they are only learning tools. I think sometimes we humans, we take things like that and go, I have to do it this way because that's what they're saying, and they know more about this than me. But in spirituality, that's totally inaccurate, at least to me. You decide how to do your spiritual awakening. You decide how to do life. Here's the thing. The time it takes for you to figure all this out, it varies by individual and soul. Some don't have as much to trudge through. Some have way more than others and make it to the quote unquote other side quicker. But it's not a race. Divine timing exists for a reason. So when you start learning about what spirituality actually is, and it's a lot of things. It's basically whatever you think it is, whatever you feel it is. But you probably learned at some point some type of religious text, some type of religious indoctrination, and that was kind of your introduction. This obviously varies by country, by culture, so I will keep this broad, but know that I am an American and I'm in the US. So naturally, a lot of what I say will come from that point of view. But what happens when you get that type of education is you start to internalize these specific rules of being who you are. And what that starts to do is shape who you are in the eyes of someone else. Even learning how you're taught in like school is structured that way. Depending on which country you're listening from, it is probably different, but also kind of the same. In order to learn, you have to be taught by someone, and that someone is going to only take the knowledge that they have access to. And so what ends up happening is the world starts to believe and internalize and, most importantly, identify with these things that came from a learning of limited access that may or may not be accurate to who you are. And no matter what, it's external knowledge. And this is ultimately why spirituality is about finding what is within you, because that's what we're meant to do. There is no one way or the highway when it comes to this. And I will include myself. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, fantastic. Ask yourself why and what you do agree on and what you do believe. This is supposed to be a launching of asking those questions. I'm not here to push any agenda. A wonderful psychic told me in a group reading. You can find her online as @liker of words. She's great. She talked to my spirit guide team, and they said, tell her there's no rules. Because I have an incarnated angel soul, as many of us do who probably don't know that. And angels like rules. And I felt that tell her there's no rules to my core. They don't know who they told that to. But when you tell someone, hey, there's no barriers, you're free to make up whatever you want, you're free to do whatever you want, that is, woo. I have made up rules about everything from family to career to romantic relationships, absolutely everything. Name your thing. It has a rule in my head. Ask my therapist. She'll tell you. For 11 years, she's told me one after another, stop making up rules. You don't need them. Just be, right? My whole world opened up with that. And I'm telling you, there are no rules. That is a human construct. That's humanity trying to keep you in the box, whatever the box is. And I'll say this, like I say in every episode, humans name things. That is a human trait. In the spiritual world, let me try that again. In the spiritual world, there are no names. It's all energy. Now, the concept of there are no rules in the hands of someone who, say, is trying to make their own rules against other humans can be dangerous and can be dark. We're seeing it right now. It's ego gone wild, whatever you believe ego to be. And the depths of what's possible is infinite. And that can be scary. But if it's infinite, that means you can make your own rules too. And you control your energy space. So you can keep it all out. You control and create the life you want. And that concept, it seems to get lost on a lot of us. Let's take, for example, if you want to take that trip to Greece, and yes, I would love to go to Greece. You've been going back and forth, overthinking, weighing the options, and you just can't figure it out. Just when you're about to give up and throw in the towel, you see an ad for a trip to Greece. Whoa, there's a sale on the hotel and the plane ticket. You think, that's so weird. I was just thinking that. Now, in this day and age, let's just be honest. Big Brother's watching and listening all the time, sending you those damn targeted ads. So it is hard sometimes to believe stuff like that because you're like, I was just talking about this. My phone was listening to me and sent me this damn ad. But the universe, source, spirit, God, the divine, consciousness all works with the tools it has, including technology. Signs will come at the right time because we're co-creating our reality with source. Your environment will validate what your energy is putting out. It's like quantum physics, which I'm learning about and is super interesting, guys, like really interesting. It exists even in the blank spaces. It's everywhere, bouncing and weaving and waving its way through doors and cracks and above our heads and in the sky. It's really not that strange to say it creates what we signal to it. And when signs like that happen, it'll be eerie and you'll be like, whoa, synchronization actually is a real thing. That's the universe getting you ready for something too, right? And the way that we learn and grow in Earth School, by the way, if you don't know what Earth School is, check out episode 1, my very first podcast episode. I didn't really know what I was doing, so give your girl some grace. Thinking they're coincidences or ignoring them, no matter what, it's all about you. There's no rules. And I hear you going, if there's no rules, then why does blank, 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 blank? You're right. In your world, there may be rules. But you created them with your energy, your attention, your focus, your emotional currency. It ceases to exist if you don't observe it. It's like that tree that fell in the woods when you're not there. Does it make a sound? Or, oh, my favorite, because I love cats, the Schrodinger's cat. Is the cat dead or alive if you haven't opened the box? And that's what I want you to do. Ask those questions and apply them to yourself. Okay, we're done. Spiritual awakening done. Yay, you did it. Just kidding. So once you ask these questions to yourself, you'll start to see what is a facade and what isn't. Who's telling the truth? Who's trying to get external validation? Even spiritual practitioners can't hide from their egos. Even me. If you say, I got a download from source or the divine or insert whatever deity, you're using your ego, because if you weren't, you wouldn't have to tell anybody. This idea that you are this source of information and saying it makes you feel closer to source, that you're special. And that's the reason. It's the identification and the inclusion of all of that, which, and I want to stress this, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this podcast if I thought that. We're meant to change and be uncomfortable and frustrated and fall in love and fall out of love and do all these wackadoodle things that humans do. Because, from my understanding, after this, we go back into whatever density dimension we go to where we know it all. So we come down here to learn, create. Oh, beautiful creation. Creativity is a huge part of expressing who you are. And anyone, and I mean anyone, can create. You don't have to be good at it. The idea of art and music and all these beautiful things, even creating another human, the idea of creation is about expressing this beautiful soul inside you so it gets out. It transmutes that stuck energy. You put it on a canvas, you put it on a page, you put it in your voice, you procreate. Hello, we love that, don't we? Anyways, that is creating something that's never been created. You're feeding into that well of energy, this beautiful energy of something new. That's what life is about. It's not about grades or comparison. Fuck grades, fuck comparison. That's all ego shit. We're not supposed to work until we die. That is the human capitalist society. And you may be saying, well, how do I get money? What is money? It's energy. Money is energy. Even when you buy something, it's an energy exchange. And that's what we've made it. That's a human construct that was indoctrinated over years and years and years and years. And it's not necessary to sustain life. Not if enough humans understand that money is just a replacement of energy. And so if we all look at it like that, it becomes a lot less woo-woo and more like, science.
So what do we do now?
Call your energy back to you. Say, I take my energy back. I call my energy back. Whatever words you want to say, it's the attention that matters. Your energy will come back to you because it's yours. And a lot of people don't do this. And our energy is sitting with other people and content and TV and work and news and social media and what you consume is sitting with your energy using it. And one statement will bring it back to you and start to, in my opinion, change your life. But you have to believe it works because that is the energy exchange that makes it all happen. We call it belief, but it's you aligning with this idea that this is actually happening in your world and that you are loved enough in this world to receive this energy exchange, that you have agency over this. Until next time, peace and love to you all.